Jennifer Roman here for CC Arts, and today we are going to be making a t-shirt eternity necklace scarf, or a tarn necklace scarf, like so. This is embellished with sari ribbon, which is made from ethically sourced recycled sari ends that are sourced from the factory cuttings. This can be worn in a single long strand like so, or it can be doubled so that the embellishments are worn towards the front in a double strand. You can also add embellishments all along the individual strands if you like. It's really an open-ended type of project. And so I have used the sari ribbon because it's a material I really love to work with, but you can use any type of embellishment that you like. I have some sari ribbon here. I also have traditional brocade ribbon that you can get at the fabric store. I have some lace trim, some sequin trim. You can use fancy thread or traditional thread like so. You could use embroidery floss or yarn, or or you could use other strips of fabric, anything that you would like to collect your tarn fibers that you're going to be making. So your other materials that you will need is a cutting board, or you'll need to protect your table surface. I like to use a cutting ruler, but that's not entirely necessary. Scissors or a rotary blade, and that's about it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, and of course you will need a men's t-shirt. The reason that we're going to need a men's t-shirt is because they are seamless on the sides, and that is important to make the seamless loops that we're going to have. So the first thing that we're going to do is to smooth the body of the shirt and fold it in half. So I have this one already pretty smooth. Just gonna check the edges here. And then we're gonna cut this bottom seam off. So I'm gonna take my ruler and snug it up here. Use my rotary blade. And cut that off. Now, it looks like I got a little seam left. I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe my rotary blade is more harm than good today. Okay. And then I'm going to come up to the underarms and cut from there so that I have a tube. I'm actually going to flip it over because I'm right-handed. I might even switch to my scissors, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So now you should have a piece that looks like this. Just opening up to make sure it's nice and smooth and it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and fold it back together. Now, we could actually make one long continuous strand of cord from this piece, but I will show you that in another video. Today, what we want to make are many loops to make this necklace. So we are just going to cut straight across. And I am going to use my scissors. So we're going to cut about an inch. It is not important to be exact. The skinnier you cut, the skinnier your pieces will be, but they are going to be skinnier than your cuts. And I have to tell you all that these are also my collaging scissors, not my fabric scissors, so use what you have. I'm actually even going to try and go back to the rotary cutter. Let's see if we can make this happen. Excellent. Sometimes you just have to put your weight into it. And these don't have to be perfect. Just do your best. Okay, and now the fun part. So we're going to take our strands and carefully stretch them out. And I just use my thumbs and hook them and pull. Thumbs, whoop, see, that's why I said carefully. Thumbs, gently stretch. And you're going to end up having a sort of cascade where some pieces will be slightly shorter than the others, which will make a drape in the necklace. Gently stretch them out. Gently stretch. Thumbs, hook, pull. And you can do more than one at a time if you like, if you're making a video and you don't want it to take too long. Open it up. Hook your thumbs in and gently pull. Open them up. Hook your thumbs in and gently pull. Open them up, hook your thumbs in and gently pull. So that one looks very good. Let's check our strands. So now we can see if we have the desired thinness or thickness that we want, and also the length of our strands that we want. And I do like to really stretch them and make sure that they are stretched about as much as they're going to stretch. see how it looks. Okay. So if you have some that seem much longer than the others, you can either stretch some more so that you have a more gradual gradation of length. You could discard the longest one if you don't care for the difference. But you can usually just stretch a few more. However, if you have some that you did cut particularly thinner, you might end up having some that do appear quite longer, because when they're thinner, they will stretch out a bit longer. So I'm going to discard these two because I feel like they don't quite fit in. Now we have a nice length here. And now I'll add my embellishments. I like to add 3. And I'm going to use this sari ribbon and this sparkly thread. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of ribbon that will wrap around maybe 3 or 4 times. Oh, I forgot to mention in the supplies that you might want to have a pin or 2 on hand. So I'm going to wrap my ribbon and I'm going to pin that in place. And then I'm going to take a strand of thread, and you can use embroidery floss, as I mentioned before, or yarn, or another type of ribbon. And I'm just going to do like a sloppy wrap, like a sort of abstract kind of wrap around to accent the sari ribbon with this metallic thread. And if you wanted, you could sew it closed, but I don't really think it's necessary. I think just wrapping and tying works just fine. No sew. I will give this a triple knot. You can also mix your embellishments if you like. There's no need to have all the same type of embellishments. And I'm going to trim off my knot and remove my pin. So there's my first embellishment. So maybe we'll add some lace for the 2 side ones that I like to do. Oliver thinks that someone's coming to the door, so he's a little bit riled up right now. So if you hear some barkings or some shushings, that's Oliver and my husband, who are both misbehaving. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the sari ribbon. We're going to wrap the lace around. And pin that. And take our metallic thread. So since I'm alternating between the sari ribbon and the lace, I'm going to tie it together, no pun intended, by using the coordinating same metallic thread to secure it. And then I'll do that wrapping with my metallic thread. Make sure you get a good knot. 1, 2, triple knot. And if you want, if you have a needle handy, you can take the edge of your thread and thread it through just to kind of hide the ends inside, and then trim it off. Remove your pin. And the last one, we're going to wrap the lace. Pin it. And you can see I'm just kind of pulling down on the strands a little bit to make sure that the space between the center top embellishment and the two side ones here, that the strands are even. So that helps it to lay flat and clean on your neck. I'm going to take my metallic thread that I'm using to secure that lace embellishment, clip that off, wrap it around my lace embellishment. And I kind of go all over the lace a little bit. I don't just stay in one placement. Tie it in a good sturdy knot. I like to do at least a triple. And as I said before, if you left enough tail, if you feel so inclined, you can thread it through with your needle if you have a needle available, but you can do this as a no-sew project. You can stop here if you like, remove your pin. You can stop here if you like, or you can take more of your embellishing ribbon and add embellishments on individual strands. Like so, all throughout the necklace. That's up to you. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It would make a great gift for Mother's Day or for yourself. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers and daughters out there, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.